That's why I only had 2 beers that night.
They can't see us, man. We're time traveling. Let's watch.
You know, what year is this?
Oh, Billy, it's just like in school. You don't miss it. Okay, it's 1853, I think. Well, I know it's before the Civil War. That's Solomon Northup. I read about him in the book when I went to LSUA. I took American history under Professor Regan. Anyway, for 12 years he was a slave after he was kidnapped as a freeman until he was freed right here in Marksville with the help of his relatives from New York. That was his home.
Look, all I'm worried about right now is who's going to worry back home for B.J. Barton Jr. and who's going to cook the guillotine at the camp.
John P. Waddell, a Marksville attorney, and a state senator agreed to help because he said it did a disservice to the people in Marksville to have a free man enslaved. Mr. Henry Northup, the relatives sent to free Northup, came down the Red River, the same Red River that Fort Jerusalem was built on. John P. Waddell died 2 years later when an epidemic of yellow fever swept through Marksville and decimated many of the citizens here in town. Changed the face of Marksville forever. Solomon was known as Platt, And January the 4th he died. And he was freed on January the 4th in 1853. The lawyer Waddell received $50 for his attorney's fee. You think that would float today?
Oyez! Oyez! Order of the court. The 13th Judicial District, Parish of Avoyelles. The Honorable Judge Ralph Cushman is now presiding. All rise.
Please be seated. Mr. Garvin, what is our first case?
Civil case number 8018, a petition by Henry Northup to recover a free colored man by order of the governor of the state of New York.
Mr. Waddell, state the facts in the argument.
Your Honor, my client Solomon Northup has filed a petition for immediate release from bondage, contending he's born a free man of color and a citizen of the state of New York. He further states he was drugged and kidnapped in the District of Columbia and sold into slavery. Now, I offer into evidence an affidavit signed by Henry Northup, who is present, an attorney from New York, as well as a petition signed by Governor Washington Hunt of New York, demanding Solomon Northup's immediate release.
Let's hear from Mr. Henry Northup.
Can I speak up now?
In a minute.
I am Henry Northup, brother of Solomon. I have the governor's affidavit signed by Washington Hunt, governor of New York, dated November 30th, 1852.
Read it into the record.
I hereby certify that the foregoing is a correct copy of certain proofs. Filed with the Executive Department, upon which I have appointed Henry D. Northup, an agent of the state, to take proper proceedings in behalf of Solomon Northup. Therein mentioned, signed Washington Hunt.
I object to its originality, Your Honor.
This document looks okay to me. I accept the document. Objection overruled.
Mr. Northup, do you have proof Mr. Solomon Northup was born a free man? That he was held in bondage, all contrary to the laws of New York?
Yes, I do, and the executive order that ends with. He is also instructed to proceed to the state of Louisiana with all convenient dispatch to execute the agency hereby created. Again signed November 23rd, 1852 by Governor Hunt.
You're not going to let that in also, Judge.
Sir, you are out of order. This is admitted.
What about me? My money paid for him. I should be paid back for what I paid. I'm not going to give up without a fight.
We suspected this, Your Honor. We now ask the court for compensation for wages for services provided by Mr. Solomon Northup for nearly 10 years. We ask for $2,000 to be paid by Mr. Epps.
You can't do that. I don't pay colored people for their labor. Judge, you're not going to side with these Northerners, are you?
I am sworn to uphold the law.
Oh,
You are a free man, and you know that you cannot do that. The law is clear. I hereby declare that Solomon Northup be freed of all future bondage and released to his home in the custody of Henry Northup to New York. Court is adjourned.
you can't do this! Ah! I'm free at last.
Newspapers in New York were astounded and impressed by this court. Parish of Avoyelles Parish, down south. And its sense of